gospel artist from inside Nigeria. We hope you enjoy that, though. But looking flamboyant this morning is Mama Vio Sabwaji. Good morning to you. Nice to have you on set.
Good
you look
morning.
Splendid. Yeah.
Well, good morning. I mean, I've had a very terrible cold throughout the weekend, so I hope that you bear with me.
Yeah,
I got lost the greater part of last Friday on the show.
Yes,
as well
I know.
because of my cold.
You're a bit under the weather.
So I'm still recovering, but you know, we can do the papers.
But you look good.
Thank you.
Charlie.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
You know, my hair is the 360.
Yes.
Salon 360 did my hair.
360.
Yeah. So I'm rocking it. I think I'm rocking it till the end of the month. How about that? Oh, Roland.
Okay. Like, I know the one, seriously. But change it. Because I don't
Let's do the newspapers. I've got the Daily Graphic newspaper front page of the Graphic. You find President comments Jospon Group, and he had a tour of some of the facilities on Friday. That story is in the Daily Graphic newspaper. President Akufo-Addo and Mr. Joseph Siawe Japan, Executive Chairman of Jospon Group, in a discussion at the compost plant at Ajeng Kotoko. He was also at the Achimota plant as well. Also on the front page, ban on small-scale mining extended by 3 months. John Peter Amewu, the Minister of Lands and Natural Resources, said this as he launched the Chebi reclamation project, and that story is also in the paper. 50 land guards arrested by Accra Regional Police is also another headline. Speak out against societal ills, President tells the church. That's on page 3. Let's get a bit of the details there. Story says President Akufo-Addo has called on the church to speak out against the ills in society and join the government's fight against corruption, social and economic injustice, crime, the illegal mining menace, popularly referred to as galamsey, and the new phenomenon of vigilantism. According to the president, with 71.2% of the population practicing Christianity, Christian theological education was of no use if it could not be translated into a system of moral recovery and practice. You can continue to read details of what the president had to say to the church, appropriately so, in the paper. But let's fast forward and go to page 16 on the land guards who have been arrested by the Greater Accra Regional Police Command. Okay, so story says that the 50, 21 of whom are on remand, while 20 are on court bail and 9 on police inquiry bail, were arrested from 5 divisions of the Accra Regional Police Command. A statement signed by the Regional Police Commander, Deputy Commissioner of Police, Mr. George Alex Mensah, said the suspects were arrested in areas such as English, Yamamfrom, Ofankor, Ashiye, Kotoku, Yarifa, and a lot of the places where we hear that there are land guards protecting certain lands. Well, most of those places, you can read the rest of the story in the Daily Graphic newspaper. Let's see what's on the back page of the Graphic before we turn our attention, I think, to the Daily Guide newspaper. Back page of the Graphic is some sports. It says 2018 World Cup qualifier, Pharaohs hold stars in Cape Coast. Was it in Cape Coast or was it at the Babayara Sports Stadium?
No, Cape Coast.
Cape
Coast Stadium.
Oh, okay. All right. So what was 1-1?
Yeah, 1-1.
Yeah, I watched it a bit.
You just scored and we scored through a deflection.
So if you look at the table, do we still have an outstanding? We have one more game to play?
No.
That's it?
The game's over.
So why wouldn't they simply just say that, you know, we're not going to the World Cup?
What did they say?
Pharaohs hold stars in Cape Coast.
Yeah.
I don't know, should have been something else, more dramatic, like that. So we're third.
It should have been Blasters.
Failed to qualify?
Yeah,
something like that. Something more specific. Yeah, so we're actually 3 in the group with some 7 points. Okay, that's it for the Daily Graphic newspaper. Yeah, we had 7 points. Egypt with 13, Uganda with 9, Ghana 7, and then Congo with 2.
How many did we win? Is it there?
Yeah, everything is here. Why? You're depressed? Are you depressed?
Oh, how? Over Blasters? Hey. Blasters.
Okay, so we won 1. We won 1. We drew 4.
Wow. as our program.
Yeah.
The whole of the
Well,
period.
if you look at the score, if you look at the table, that's very depressing, by the way. Let's do the Daily Guide newspaper.
Well, so we have to do the Daily Guide. On the front page, it says that a bombshell, Mahama front for Mary in Namibia. And the story will be there.
The story was very much trending on Facebook in particular.
Okay.
Yesterday. Is it true? Is it true?
It's an investigative piece by a Norwegian newspaper.
Okay.
You know, they did the first one, I think, about a year or two ago, or I think a year, about about the deal, the Ameri deal, etc.
Yeah.
I think they recorded the Minister for Power then in his office, annoyingly, and that kind of. It was just an investigative piece, and they followed it up with another one about allegations that the former president was fronting for the owners of Ameri, who really are from the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. I think one of the princes.
So he led them. So true, he led them to Namibia.
Well, that's what the paper alleges. That he went there for an official visit, but I think on the side.
Okay, because I saw there was a photograph of, and they had circled two of the faces, identifying them as part of the Ameri group. Well, interesting.
So the story is on the front page and also displayed rightly on page 3 of the Daily Guide newspaper. We also have more jobs are coming on our shores, and he was speaking at the centenary anniversary celebrations of the Christ Apostolic Church International. And you have inserted there a picture of President Kufuor sandwich between evangelist Dinah Samoa and Apostle Stephen Amweni. Ashanti businesses reject 3% VAT. Ashanti businesses, all right. And then we have other stories also on the front page. Okay. So, Mama, basically that'll be it. Yeah.
There's some news that sounds like some good news on the front page of the Finder newspaper. Let's see what's on the front page of the Finder. ECG tariffs to go down. President Akufo-Addo hints. So that's what we're waiting for, actually. Also on the front page, Fieldstone and PwC lead sale of $2 billion thermal assets. Punish all culpable officials in atomic explosion. Also another headline. And this one, First Lady installed as development queen of Great Ningo. But this story about the ECG says Ghanaians should expect a major announcement on the reduction of electricity tariffs when the Minister of Finance, Ken Ofori-Atta, presents the 2018 budget statement on the floor of Parliament on Wednesday. The President gave the hints when he addressed captains of industry at the 6th Association of Ghana Industries Quality Awards night last Saturday. So by what margin? I guess we all have to wait. And the budget reading is on Wednesday. We'll bring you full coverage of that here on JoyNews. So, you know, you've got to stay with us. All
right. So we have other stories there. The Ghanaian Times front page, it says that the 2018 budget statement is expected to announce electricity tariffs to be reducing.
So by what margin? By what percentage?
We're told that 25%.
Are you serious?
Well, the Business and Financial Times is carrying that it's going to be 25%. It's about Baumia hints at 25% power cut. So this one is on page 16. So let me see what I'm reviewing the Ghanaian Times. So let me see what it says.
It's a question. It's a question mark.
Okay.
So,
all right. So then
it's not emphatic that the prices are going to go down.
So we have other stories also on the front page. Government extends ban on small-scale mining to January 2018. President laud entrepreneurs as Ghana celebrates Global Entrepreneurial Week. You have a picture there of Mohammed Awal, who is the Minister of Business Development. But President also praises Jospon others for waste management in Accra. But on the back page, Black Stars, Pharaohs, SharePoints.
Why is...
It's a paper, it's nationalism.
Okay. So they... well, I don't get it.
So we have other
what does
stories
it mean? As we share the points, what does it mean to us in terms of our going to the World Cup?
Cote d'Ivoire also didn't qualify, apparently.
Yeah, but that's no excuse. We're not Cote d'Ivoire.
Yeah,
we're Ghana.
So we're not alone. So we're not alone. Well, we have the Business and Financial Times, and well, I guess Dr. Baumia is answering the questions for us. Baumia hints at 25% power tariff cut. I don't know whether the paper is... we'll actually be seeing some significant reduction in the cost of electricity. He's been quoted for industrial production next year in Ghana, and that can be as much as 25%. And that should be a major catalyst for industrial production. The Vice President said this at the Global Business Forum on Africa that took place in the Emirati area of city of Dubai. Wow, the Vice President was in Dubai. All right, so we have Esla PLC could raise bonds offshore, and then we have new capital for security markets, long overdue analysts, but increments must be staggered. Akufo-Addo Hills Jospon Group for modernizing waste management. On the back page, we have Beige, Old Mutual, strengthening ties. It talks about the management of Beige. A financial services provider was recently hosted by Old Mutual in their Cape Town corporate office in South Africa as part of an event geared towards forging closer ties. And the event was also to explore stronger business partnership between the two firms. And we know Old Mutual, they have an interest in Ghana. I think they own one of the biggest insurance companies in the country, I believe. All right, so those are the stories we have on the front page.
Let's do the Today newspaper, front page of the Today newspaper. Nana lauds Jospon for contribution to waste management. Proprietor accused of inciting youth. And private varsities face collapse. Professor Nsoa Nyama, who is the president of Regent University of Science and Technology. So basically he's talking about the fact that public universities now have campuses all across, and so it's not helping the private universities. And if you look at the fees that the public universities are charging, they are far lower than what the private universities are charging. So intake now is very low for the private universities.
And you know the private universities,
and they're doing distance learning.
And you know what they were doing? If let's say you have grades and let's say
you have not so good grades. Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, yeah, you have not so good grades. No, it depends on if you say you have. Let's say you went to write English. You're waiting for the results. They could admit you, and then when the results come, like
okay. And then if you didn't do well in English, then what happened?
I think
you're still in there.
I think some of them.
That's what the private universities are doing.
Some of them were doing that, but the National Accreditation Board clamped down on that. All that. According to that report, he also said some of the public universities were giving some kind of. We're looking at the candidates in themselves, perhaps if you're experienced and they look at the grades you have, then they admitted you to do the program, just like they do outside too. And he said that was taking a lot more of the throughput of students who would have been admitted in private schools into the public schools.
Yeah.
If you ask me, do I think that's a good thing? I think it's competition. They have to make sure that.
Okay, well, but he seemed to be saying, the bit that I mentioned, it's not fair competition.
Well, because they are public and they are subsidized.
No, I mean,
not all of them are subsidized.
So the public universities are also
almost operating like
public universities, exactly. So they're doing
operating like almost what the privates were doing.
Exactly. So now they're doing the long distance. They are opening campuses around us. They are very close. There are city campuses and things like that.
It's a market.
And so, but that was a place where they were not touching before. So if you're a private university, then you knew that there was an opportunity there. But now that they are coming, and they are not even charging what the private universities are charging, they are charging lower.
So but it's a market.
It is, but
it's a demand and supply situation.
Well,
because for example, Gimpa now has a campus in Tema. So instead of somebody, so instead of somebody traveling all the way through the motorway, 36 kilometers in and out, you just stay there. If you have main,
I think they've got Takrady as well. They've got Kumasi.
Yeah, so I mean, KNUSA has campuses in Takrady.
But you should appreciate where the private universities are coming from.
Well,
all right. So that's it for the Today newspaper. Really, there are other stories in the paper that you can check out.
All right. So I think basically we're done with the newspapers. Now let's look at the online portals, and we go to myjoyonline.com first. Okay. Fred wants us to do the BBC first. Oh, let's do myjoyonline.com first. So, one of the interesting stories on the front page.
Okay.
Is that you?
All right, on myjoyonline.com, government asked to commit more funds to mental health. Chief Executive of Ghana Mental Health Authority is asking government to commit more funding to the management of mental health in the country. Also on the page, Galamsey, government to spend 60,000 Ghana cedis to reclaim 1 hectare of degraded land. That's a lot of money that we're going to be sinking into this reclamation process. So details of that as the sector minister is given. You can read all about it on our page. First Lady installed as development queen of Great Ningo. The First Lady has been installed by the chiefs and people of Ningo traditional area as the development queen of Great Ningo under the stool name Roland, you have to help me. Nana
Jamakwo.
The first. And this is a smart idea, because if you make her a development queen, it means that she's going to be bringing development into the area.
Well, but she's partly Krobo too. So
yes, I get it, but you know, there's a lot of, you would see a lot of new things.
Because just like the way we have for development.
Because she's the queen and she wants good things to come to her
so
area.
It means that things will be they'll be flooded.
But congratulations to her.
Yes,
she looks absolutely beautiful as a queen.
Fabulous.
Major Mahama Trust Fund bill discriminatory, don't assent, Akufo-Addo cautioned. And we did talk about this briefly, I think last Friday, Roland and myself, we talked about the fact that
there should have been a bigger trust fund
fallen soldiers.
For everybody.
Yeah, exactly.
Not only the soldiers, but for the police, etc.
Yeah, well, remember the police, they had their, recently there was this insurance package that they go for themselves. Okay. So if you like...
die. If you like, die on at it.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that maybe there's some kind of cushion there for them. But we're talking about this bigger bill that seems to be talking about just one person, you know. So...
I think this should have been a trust fund generally for the military.
Yeah. So this particular lawyer, who is not even based here, who keep fighting for us, either law students or...
what's his name?
This is Kwekwasari again.
Oh,
you know, writing this to the president. Yeah, exactly. So we hope that we're not sure if the president. We're not sure if the president has read what he's written.
Is it the registrar, or is it the Judicial Council to court?
On one issue. I mean, he's done so many cases. Yeah. There was the dual citizenship issue as well. So
I remember
many cases.
I remember the law lecturer at Gimpa Law, Justice I brought him 2 years ago to court, to one of his classes severally.
Oh, okay.
Within the semester.
No, okay.
Yeah.
All right, let's quickly move on. NPA wins 2017 Climate and Clean Air Award. Ghana held 1-1 by Egypt in final World Cup qualifier. Why is nobody saying what we want to hear?
Ghana fails to qualify. And my headline So,
but guess what? This is unbelievable. We ended the 2018 World Cup qualifiers with no home win. Yeah. I think, no
it's a serious thing, right?
We didn't.
And even this Egyptian team was just made up of some Sankwas, you know, because they didn't want to bring Mo Salah and all that.
Okay.
They didn't bring the best, the creme de la creme of the Egyptian.
Oh, there's this other one that's also been trending. A female best man steals a show at brother's wedding in a very unconventional move. The son of a senior special assistant to the governor of Akwa Ibom, is that it? In Nigeria? Okay. Chose his sister as his best man on his wedding day. I can imagine who else would want to attempt something like this. Derek Okosa.
Yeah.
But this is cool. This is really cool. Yeah.
Does Derek have a girlfriend? I don't know. Are you speaking in the mood that he has?
There are lots of stories on our page. Electricity tariffs go down. That story also here on myjoyonline.com. Samson's take on RTI. Don't politicians lie? Don't politicians lie when they claim to serve citizens? Big question. We all know the answer, don't we?
Yeah.
Okay, well, you may think that you know the answer. Read that piece. More stories. Doctors threaten strike over service conditions. That's also another story on our page this morning that you can take a look at. I think Roland wanted to see pictures of a certain pregnant woman that you're asking, is it me?
No, I don't want.
Trust, I'm sure it'll be in the center spread of the Daily Guide.
No, it's not.
You missed, you didn't go to News One.
There's no
it's not
story.
there?
They had adverts.
Ah, okay. All right. So that's it for myjoyonline.com. But we will definitely, where are the pictures?
They are around.
Fred, we want to see the pictures. We'll talk about the pictures just before we wrap up.
They were published in a Nigerian newspaper called a WOW newspaper.
Yeah. But listen, she's already given birth. She has a baby girl.
But let's go up. Let's go up.
Wait, you seen another story?
No, let's go up.
What do you mean?
Or down, okay. Down. I saw a story. It said Walmart shopper who broke his hip picking out a watermelon awarded 7.5 million. When would this thing happen?
In Ghana.
Yeah? Let me just go and pick something.
And then you fall, and then you sue, and they give you $7.5 million.
In fact, this evening I'm going to ShopRite when I fall. But it's no joy. I mean, getting maimed or you know, it's not.
All right. So
it doesn't compensate. The money doesn't compensate.
There you go. That's it. So the bump that we've been seeing on social media all weekend.
But she's delivered now, hasn't she?
She's delivered weeks ago, actually.
So it means that
she's talking
these pictures
about,
were taken when she was. Wow.
So there were lots of questions that people were asking. She decided, listen, let me end it all on her birthday, and then she just, you know, we got the news of her pregnant. She talks about the fact that she's not married. The person that she has a child with already has a child at least. Okay. He hasn't proposed. She doesn't care. They're both ready to do it.
No problem.
They've done it, and she's happy. Yeah. Who cares? Case closed. Everybody.
Ivana,
go and sleep.
She looks beautiful, though.
Yeah, she's a pretty chick. Okay, so other pictures and other stories you can check out on myjoyonline.com.
All right, so let's go to City FM. And on City FM, we have a couple of stories there. Family of defiled 9-year-old girl cry for financial support. And then we also have my government will continually rely on God. That's coming from the president, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. And again, that story about Ghana.
Everyone is in Ghana held well one.
Boy, go down. Government not interested in building universities for votes. Professor Yanka. Okay. We have other stories there. Asawasi resident protest sighting of bus terminal on school land, etc., etc. Let's go to the Africa page of the BBC. Baba, the Africa page.
Well, I thought we would also do the main page as well because I like to talk about Trump. But the train crash kills 33 in DR Congo. Story says the train may have been carrying flammable material and is reported to have gone up in flames. So that's the story coming out from the Democratic Republic of the Congo. Not good news at all. Brussels riots after Morocco football win. Football fans smash glass and loot shops after their team qualifies for the World Cup. So you've qualified for the World Cup. What's the point in looting and smashing and creating chaos? What's the point? Shouldn't that even be coming from the losing side? Amazing. Britain to face trial in Egypt for pills. She's been held on drug smuggling charges over what she says is an innocent mistake.
She said that the husband is Egyptian, has this chronic problem, and so would need painkillers. And she was carrying what they call tramadol. I'm told that on prescription, it is legal in the UK, but in Egypt, and I think in many countries also it's illegal because it's used, especially for those who do hard work. They don't feel tired. And even in communities in Ghana, for example, I got reports that certain areas in Ghana, the young men were using it.
Okay.
The young men were using it, and I believe that some of our colleagues would know about it. It's something that's creeping in many communities in our country. Tramadol. They're using it. Sometimes they even drink codeine laced syrup.
Yeah.
Cough syrup. Yeah.
Wow.
Just to keep.
Okay. Some details of all
high.
those stories on the page. There's mass child rape trial is opening in DR Congo. Senegal beat South Africa to reach World Cup. Is that the rematch, like the game that they were supposed to replay? Senegal, was it Senegal and South Africa, wasn't it?
They're supposed to play today, right?
No, I mean it's been played already.
Okay.
That's it. Yeah, I think so.
So,
okay. I think we're through. We're through. Let's check out the main page. Because there were, Donald Trump and what's the North Korean leader? What's his name again?
Kim Jong.
Exactly. This time around, I mean, I think it's gotten to real insults. They say it's like a school children playground rhetoric, something like that. And I hope that we will find the tweets.
I saw that. I saw it. It says something says I'm old. Something. Then he also describes him as fat and short.
Yeah. Okay. So Donald Trump was responding to the fact that he had been referred to as old.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then he tweets and says, more like, and I'm not quoting exactly what he said because I can't remember exactly, but he says more like, why is he calling me old when I would not call him fat and short?
Yes.
Hasn't he said what he didn't want to say?
I think I saw it on Della Russell's.
Yeah, it's incredible, but it's more of back and forth.
Let me see whether
I haven't actually heard heard any leader trading that kind of, exchanging those kind of words with another leader. But this is Donald Trump. Anything is possible. Iran and Iraq quake kills more than 200. Another 2,500 people are injured in the strong earthquake that is felt as far away as Israel. So this is also, new information coming through. And the worrying thing they say about Iran is the fact that you can't even be sure exactly what is happening because very little is reported. And emergency response is also not emergency response, if you like, because things are really slow. But nobody is reporting. Like, you can't get real time in terms of what is happening in the country. So we just have to rely on what international media kind of reports sometimes. Hundreds join the hashtag #MeToo march in Hollywood. Girl 8 dies in junior drag car crash. All right. The Prime Minister will return to Lebanon in days. Lebanon has also been very much unstable, with the Prime Minister also resigning. And now in a new communication, well, he's in Saudi Arabia. Yeah. He says that he's going to come back. Many believe, this is also what we're hearing, many believe that he's been held in Saudi Arabia. Against his wish. Exactly. But he's denying that. We'll see what happens in Lebanon. And things that happen in Lebanon, in a way, also have an effect on us. We have a good community of Lebanese
businessmen
living in Ghana. Exactly. So we care about what happens back in Lebanon. There are a lot more stories that
a great community of rich Lebanese businessmen. Yeah. So what happens to them?
All right, you can visit the sites, any of the pages that we've gone to, and then you can also go to the newspaper stands and buy those newspapers and read. That's it for the review.
Yep.
Yeah. Coming up next is Benedict. He'll come and tell us, Benedict, the fact that Ghana drew and we're number 3 on that. What was that? How do you call that?
We're number 3 on the log.
On the log, exactly. What does it mean?
On the table.
Yeah, on the table. We're not going to Russia, are we?
We're not even near those who will be going.
So it's done. So we're out.
Yeah. So people like Benedict, they will never tell anybody they want to go to Russia.
No. Okay, Benedict can't come here, so that's it. It's a wrap. We'll see you soon. Well,